Obsidian Tutorial for Beginners 2026. Most note-taking apps are going to treat your notes as a collection of separate documents. You write something down, it goes into a folder, and it stays there unless you specifically go looking for it. Now, that system works until you have accumulated enough notes that finding connections between ideas becomes genuinely difficult. Now, your note about a client meeting from 3 months ago has a connection to something you read last week and a framework you wrote down 6 months ago, but none of those things are linked. And the connection only exists if you happen to remember all three at the same time. Now, Obsidian is built on fundamentally different models. It treats your notes as a network rather than a collection. Every note can link to every other note, and those links create a growing map of how your ideas, information, and thinking can relate to each other. Now, this tutorial covers everything that you need to know to get started with Obsidian. Obsidian is a fully free, local, first note-taking application that stores your notes as plain text, as you can clearly see. Now, it's going to store it as plain text on Markdown files on your device. It runs on Windows, Mac, Linux, iOS, and Android. Because your notes are plain text files stored locally rather than in a proprietary database, you own your data completely, and Obsidian going away tomorrow wouldn't just affect your notes at all because they're just files on your computer. Now, the core feature that makes Obsidian different from Notion, Evernote, or Apple Notes is bi-directional linking. The ability to create links between notes, not just which notes is a given note links to, okay, but which notes link back to it. This bi-directional link structure combined with graph view that visualizes your entire knowledge base as a network is what makes Obsidian more than just a note-taking app. It becomes an absolute tool for thinking and for resurfacing connections between ideas over time. Now, what you're going to be doing is you're going to go over to obsidian.md, which is their very own website, and download the version for your operating system. The download is totally free, and Obsidian's business model is based on optional paid features like sync and publish rather than on charging for the core application. So once you install it and open it, this is how the interface generally looks. Okay. And what you can do is you can first of all create a vault. Now, these things on the left-hand side are a vault. A vault is a folder on your computer where Obsidian is going to store all of your notes. It's going to create a new vault by choosing a location on your computer and giving it a name. So that could be something like My Notes or Knowledge Base, and all the notes you create in Obsidian will be stored as markdown files inside of this folder. So once your vault is created, you will see the Obsidian interface on a left sidebar with your file explorer showing you your main contents, a main editing area in the center, and a right sidebar that shows links and other contextual information as you are going on. Obsidian's philosophy is to let you build the system that fits how you think rather than imposing a specific structure from the start. So what you're going to do over here is you're going to click on the new node button right here, which could be down here depending on your version, or a pencil in the top right bar as so. And from there on out, what you can do is you can start writing Obsidian using Markdown formatting. A simple text-based formatting system where you add asterisk around text to make it bold, hash symbols before a line to make it a heading, and hyphens to create bullet points. If you've never used Markdown before, it takes about 10 minutes to learn the basics and becomes natural pretty quickly. So write a few notes on topics that are relevant to your work or interests, and don't worry about organizations yet. Just get some content into the vault, and the value of Obsidian emerges from having multiple notes to connect, not from having perfectly organized single notes. Now, the core action in Obsidian is creating links between those notes. Typing double down square brackets, the opening bracket key pressed twice, followed by the name of another node that you've created. Then close this with two more square brackets. Obsidian is going to recognize that as a syntax and it creates a clickable link to suppress that node. And if the node does not exist yet, Obsidian creates a placeholder that becomes a real node when you click it. The power of this linking becomes quite apparent, and all of your notes are linked together. And writing a note and realizing it connects to something you have written before. Instead of writing or trying to remember where that node is and navigating to it, you link it to in place. Over time, as you accumulate notes and links, Obsidian's graph view on this bar shows you a visual map of your knowledge base with nodes as nodes and links as the connections between them. Nodes that are heavily linked cluster at the center, okay, and nodes that are isolated sit at the edges. The graph makes it visually obvious which ideas are central to your thinking and which are peripheral. So beyond links, Obsidian also supports two other organizational tools, tags and folders, that are going to be created on the left-hand side. Now, tags are added to notes using the hash symbol followed by a tag name. So for example, writing hashtag project or hashtag book notes anywhere in a note. Tags and folders work like normal computer folders, where you can create them in the left sidebar and organize notes into them by dragging and dropping. Most experienced Obsidian users recommend using a relatively flat folder structure, 1 or 2 levels deep at most, and relying primarily on links and tags for organizational work rather than elaborate folder hierarchies. Now, Obsidian rewards consistency more than any other note-taking app. The network of ideas, the links between notes, the patterns visible in the graph view, these all become more valuable the more notes you add and the more connections you create. The first week of using Obsidian pretty much feels like building an empty system. 6 months in, it feels like having an external memory that surfaces connections that could have been made alone. So that is the main gist of Obsidian and how you're going to be using this incredible platform for yourself. Now, the main ideas about this is that you're simply going to download it onto your desktop, and once it's downloaded from there, all you're going to do is you're going to start creating vaults that are going to be in forms of folders on your PC and start working with your note taking. And the whole concept of creating notes and then connecting them to each other in a graph-like platform is absolutely incredible, so you never lose track of time and you know which is connected to what. It's a whole system that truly makes note taking so much easier and so much more fun and keeps everything in the cloud as so. So this is one of the greatest things that you can do, a step up from Notion, a step up from Otter AI, different note-taking apps out there. So yeah, that is pretty much about it. If you have any questions, do let me know down in the comments. Till then, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will be seeing all of you wonderful people in the very next video. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.